see. Make it just a moment.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. So this is the dashboard area of Vend. Basically, we're a cloud-based point of sale, so you can use this on an iPad, on any computer. We're pretty flexible in terms of the hardware that you use with us. So here's the dashboard. It's basically the overview of your account, so everything that you've sold. You can go by month, by week. Back here. And then the dashboard is also where you pull all of your reporting from. So you can look at your popular products. You can look at popular products based on customer group if you have different groups of customers that you wanted to differentiate between. And then also, all of your sales reports. So you can really get a good idea of what products you sell the most of, who's buying those products, and how different people are using your business. So I'll just hop into the sales screen right here. So this is where most of our retailers spend the majority of their time. And so this is basically the homepage for Vend. Over here, we have what we call quick keys. So these are typically your most popular products that you don't barcode or that you just use so often you don't want to have to search for them. And clicking on that just adds it right to the sell screen there. When you click on these, you can also see different information about it. So you can see that there's 60 units of this item in stock. There's a picture of it. And then also, your average cost, what a customer will earn if they're doing the loyalty program, as well as the description. Now, when you're doing a sale, you can add a customer to that sale, and this is a really good way to track who's buying what. Okay, let me just type in a customer name. Okay. And then when you are completing the sale, you have the option to leave a note. So this is always a good way, particularly for you guys that are doing pottery. You can leave some descriptors in there, maybe a pickup date, and then all of that will appear in the history. So when you pay, there's the option to do, your integrated payments. So if you have a credit card processor set up, you would click on that, and then it would get processed and the sale. You can also email your receipts to everybody. I'm just going to quickly show you over here in the quick keys. So you can have different categories over here, however you wanted to set it up. You can also have your different variables in a drop-down menu over here as well. So if you have certain items that are the same item but have different sizes or different colors, something like that, you can have the drop-down menu here as well. And this all looks pretty much the same on the iPad app, although we do have a new app coming out that's going to look a little bit different than this, but same idea. Okay. So I'll pop over into our history tab here. So here you can see all of the sales that have been completed and closed. And as you can see here, this one has some notes on it. So this is a really good way you'll be able to know, okay, so Alana was the customer, and then this is the transaction done there. This is also where you would do any refunds if you need to edit the sale. You can resend them the receipt. You would just put in their email address. And if you already have the email address associated with the account, it'll auto-populate in there as well. That's right. That's good. Okay. So for your customers, I know a lot of people are interested in doing email marketing campaigns. We don't directly integrate with MailChimp or any of those. However, it's very, very easy to get that information out of Vend. Everything can get exported into a CSV file, and then you can just extract all of the email addresses from the one column there. So it's very straightforward. You can get all that information out of here. You can also get, how much each customer has spent to date, any loyalty that they've accrued if you did choose to do a loyalty program within Vend. We do have a built-in one. We also have partners that do that, such as Collect and Circville, and those will run through Vend as well, but they are tracked separately. So I'll pop back into the sales screen and show you a couple of different ways that you can complete a sale. I'll just add a customer here. So if your business is the type where you might take a deposit on something and then they pay the remainder when they pick up the finished good, you would probably do a layaway sale. So in this case, say $10 is a down payment, and you pay that in cash, and then the rest goes on lay-by. And you can leave a note here, say, pick up that 25th. And then on the customer's receipt, I have it set so that the notes will print on their receipt, but that's an optional feature for you guys, so you don't need to do that. And then whenever they do come in to pick up that item, you'll see all of the open sales that haven't been picked up yet right here. So when they come in, you can find by the customer name and open that sale, and then they can pay the remaining balance however they want to. Okay, now I'll go through and show you what a register closure looks like. So at the end of your day, you're going to want to close the register and confirm all of your totals. So this is what that looks like here. You can reconcile your different payment methods, and then any open sales, so anybody that has an open sale that hasn't yet picked up their sale will be here, as well as payments put toward that. So you'll see that some of these have been completely paid off. And then you would just confirm all of your totals here. And we also have the tax breakdown, so sales tax, no tax, and then the totals for each different transaction. So when you close the register, you'll get an overview here. You can also see the full details, and every register closure report you'll be able to pull up from your dashboard. And yeah, so it just gives you a full report of everything that was sold in the time period that you had your register open. So I'll head to the product page here. So this is what a product list looks like, and I've got pictures in there for most of the items as well. You can put in pictures to help differentiate. And so you'll see the product count here. Now we do have, and I'll go in here and show you what our stock control looks like. So we have a reorder point and a reorder amount. So if your current stock gets to that reorder point, you'll be able to auto-generate a stock order to send out straight to your suppliers. So I'll go ahead and pull a stock order. So if under here you auto-fill from your reorder point, it will automatically pull up. Here we go. So I started this one earlier. So you'll see that there's things below the reorder point, which I believe is 5 for each of these, and then you're going to order here. So now when you send your order to your supplier, I'll just go back and receive this. You'll have the option here to reconcile anything. So if you received a different quantity, or if the supply price for that product ended up being different, you'll be able to update that. So let's say that we only received 22. And now if you wanted to create a new order for the ones that you didn't get yet, you can go here and it'll leave that order open knowing that you're expecting to get a couple more items, or you can close the order altogether there. And from your stock control page, you'll be able to see all your orders. So open orders that you haven't received yet, your sent orders, anything received. And you can do this by supplier as well. So you'll be able to select whichever different suppliers you have and do specific stock orders for each supplier. And if you have multiple outlets, you can do it by outlet as well. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to show you guys some of the product reports, because that's always a popular one. So for instance, if we do popular products, you select a date range up here, and it'll show you everything that you've sold. You can do accounts on that. You can sort by the number sold, the total sales, any discounts applied. You'll also get a rundown on that, and then your cost. So if you put in your supply cost for each of these, you'll be able to see what your total cost is and your gross profit and your margin. This is also really helpful for reporting on your tax. Most of the reports will have all of these fields here. And then in terms of sales reports, you can do, by month, by hour, sales by tag. So if you want to tag certain items based on, customer group or different variations of the item, you can tag it by whatever you want, and then you can run reports on the tag. And then another really helpful one is to do your payment types by month. So you'll be able to see all the different payments. Obviously, this is just a demo account, so I only have 1 month of sales, but you'd be able to do it for every month for as many months as you want per year. So if you have different employees that have different levels of user permissions, you'll be able to select them here. So we have 3 levels: administrator, which is the type of account I'm using now, manager, and cashier. So I'll sign into a cashier version, and it's a little bit more limited. So cashiers aren't able to edit your products or the total sales for the company. So this will just show sales for that particular cashier. So it's a little bit limiting for security reasons, obviously, and it's also limited in terms of what they can see in the back end. So a lot of reports will be restricted. If you go into the setup tab, you'll see there's really not anything that they can see other than their own profile here and any sales that they've completed. So it does lock them out from seeing other employees' information, as well as being able to change any pricing. And it's also optional if you want your cashiers to be able to provide discounts. You can turn that on or off. So it's an optional thing. So let's go back into my admin account here. Okay. So I know that gift cards are an important thing for a lot of businesses. So I'll show what that looks like. So for Vend in particular, we don't supply gift cards at all, but you essentially tie that value to a customer in Vend. So you would add a customer and then attach that value to their account. Something that a lot of our customers have done in the past is they just purchase barcoded gift cards, and then you can associate that barcode with a customer, so you can just scan that right into the customer search field, and it'll pull up all of their information. So for example, I'll create a new customer in the sell screen. So this is a really easy thing to do. There's a lot of information that you can take from them, but the only things that you need to do are a first or last name. And customer code is where you would put in that barcode if you did want to use the barcoded gift card. But Vend will auto-generate a customer code for you if you're not planning on doing it. So let's just say gift card. Now, you would just ring up the gift card. And so how this works is that you still get the balance in their loyalty. So you'll want to change the quantity to the dollar value. So say it's a $100 gift card, just change it to 100, and then that will give them $100 in loyalty. So I'll go ahead and pay this in cash. And then when I pull this customer up for a future purchase, you'll see that they have $100 in loyalty available to be spent. So what that looks like when they actually do go ahead and spend it, let me just say, I'll add this one. They'll have loyalty as a payment type. So this is obviously less than their loyalty balance. So you can just hit loyalty as a payment type. You can email the receipt if you want to. And then that'll automatically be taken out of their balance. So let me just pull them up again. So then you'll see they still have that balance remaining. And when you do have a customer in there, you'll be able to click on them and see, their total spend, their year-to-date, and you can also view all of their sales directly from the sell screen there. Okay. So, that's really the general overview of Vend. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit more about the history screen here, just how you can really drill down. If you did need to do a return or a refund, for example, you would be able to search for the receipt number. So they bring the receipt back in, and you go ahead and search for that. So let's say 15. then it'll bring it down to just that customer. You can also search transactions by user. So if you wanted to see a particular cashier or admin sales for a certain period of time, you can do that as well. And if you have multiple registers, you can definitely do it by register. Now, if you wanted to return items, we do have the return button here from the sales history, and it'll bring you right back into the sales screen. And then you'll see here that the value has been changed to a negative, so this is the item that they're wanting to return. Now, if you wanted to add another one, do something like an exchange, that's totally fine. You can just add something new to the sale, and then you'll see that you still owe them the change at $3.45. You can also, if you do store credit, you can add that as an on-account balance, and that will be kept in the balance section right here, separate from the loyalty. So you'll be able to see what balance they have and what for store credit and what balance they have for loyalty that they've earned. And you can use both of those as a payment type at the end of the sale. So I'm going to go ahead and pay, and then we'll just say that we get that back in cash. And then that's all set. And the receipt here might be a little bit difficult to see, but it looks very similar to what we see in the sales train at the end of the sale. So you can see the whole transaction here. And then this is where you find your receipt number. So when somebody does bring that back, you can search by the receipt.
Hi, Gina. It's Alana calling from Vend.
I'll show you guys quickly how to set up the quick keys. That is a really important thing for a lot of customers to have that set up in a way that makes a lot of sense. And it is pretty easy to do it. You basically just add the product that you have here. So let me add this.
Yeah.
And you can have up to 4 different categories across the top. So you can add one more. And you can have several pages of quick keys within each one. So overall, you can have up to 1,200 quick keys, which is not recommended, just depending on how you have your business set up. We typically recommend just doing, one page for each of the 4 tabs of your most popular products or products that you want to have quick access to. Now, as far as loyalty goes, this is the built-in loyalty plan. It's done in dollar amounts, not points. And you basically set it so that it's, X number of dollars spent equals $1 in loyalty. Another really cool thing is that's very helpful to get your customers to sign up and give you their information is the bonus loyalty. So if you send them a link to the customer portal, you could say give them $10 in loyalty. So for example, this is what the page would look like. So they put in their information, submit their details, and then right on their customer profile, they'll have the loyalty there. So they'll have $10 that they can use toward purchases at your business. So it's definitely helpful to get people using loyalty, and it's also an awesome way to actually get their information so that you can run email campaigns with them. Okay. So I'll quickly go through. We do have a couple of extra partners here. Let me just pull that up. So those would be like Collect, which is a really cool interactive sort of loyalty program. They're really great. How that looks within Vend is there's actually a widget that sits right in your dashboard, and your customers would have an app on their phone so they can know exactly how many points they have with you, how many dollars they spent with you, and you can send them messages straight to their phone, offering them special deals. So that's definitely a really, really cool one. The points go straight into their profiles from the Vend page. So I would definitely recommend taking a look into it. They've got a free trial, and so does Vend. Vend has a 30-day free trial. We don't take any of your payment information, so you can always test this out for a month, see how you like it, and then we have some awesome retail solution specialists that kind of take you through your whole trial journey and make sure that you have everything you need to make a good decision on that. Let's hop back in here. We also integrate with some accounting software programs. So Xero is one, and so is QuickBooks Online. We have an integration with. So definitely a lot of different things that you guys can use. We also support multiple outlets, so if you have a couple different locations, you can access them all through the same account. You'll just have a little drop down up here, and you can navigate between them as the admin. So you can see reporting for all of your locations versus just the one. And yeah, that's basically a solid overview of the basics of Vend. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free.
Thanks, Ashley. If anybody does have any questions, you're welcome to list that out in the chat for your WebEx here, and I'll get those questions over to Ashley and see if we can get you an answer. And in the meantime, I'm going to flip the screen control back for just a second, Ashley.
Okay.
Ashley mentioned there is a 30-day free demo of the software. If you'd like to take advantage of that, we have a link to that directly on our website. Point you in the right direction. If you'll go to PYOPaccounting.com and go to this middle tab that says Simplify Your Bookkeeping, you can sign up for a free demo of the accounting of point of sale, and just a little further down right underneath this are the links to it as well. So I'd be happy to help you get that set up. I think we've got this working in several studios now, and it seems to be a very efficient solution. So that hopefully will help you move along, and whatever your choice for point of sale, just make sure that it's able to provide you with some good solid information for your business and for your marketing. Don't see any questions coming in, so with that, I'd like to thank you, Ashley, for joining us today and giving us an overview.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks so much.
Great, thank you. I'll be sending out a link to the slides and to the video for this presentation after that finishes up. So if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. It also has Ashley's contact information in there. All right. So with that, I thank you again for joining us, and hope you'll join us again for our next session that we offer. We don't have one on the schedule yet, but on the events calendar on our website, we'll add those in for you. So thank you very much. Have a great day.